So this is going to be the first Solidworks tutorial, and we're going to go over all the basic features that Solidworks has. So the first thing you're going to need to do when you open Solidworks, you'll just get this blank screen, well, which just says Solidworks on it. So the first thing you need to do is click Control, then you need to click N, and this brings up this box. Then so initially we're just going to need a part, so select the part and click OK. So that will now load you into this screen, but again you can't just click sketch, you can't just click Extrude and make like a square. So what you're going to click Sketch up there, so Sketch, and then select a plane, just do the front plane to start with. So now we can draw a 2D shape onto our canvas. So the first step we're going to do is going to be a corner rectangle. So draw out. So now we've got a rectangle, but we don't actually know how big it is. And so go up to this corner over here and click Smart Dimensions. And let's make 100 by 100, and this is millimeters, but you can change it down at the bottom. So it should, if it's on millimeters, it should say mmgs. I think millimeters, grams, and something a second. So now we've got a square, but this is obviously only 2D. And so if you want to, let's say you want to look around like this, you're looking at a 2D shape. If you want to get back to looking at it flat, click Control and click 8, the number 8, and it realigns you to over the plane. I'd recommend, if you have a mouse with programmable keys, setting one of the keys to do that. So now we've got a square, but we want to make it into a cube. So we go over onto Features, and Extrude Emboss/Base, and then make that 100 millimeters. So now we've got a square, which is looking rather nice. But we need to add some more stuff to this square, so let's add a fillet. Let's do a fillet first. So we can either select an individual edge for a fillet like this, or want to edit that now, go over to the fillet, right click and click on Edit Feature, and we could delete this line, click and delete, and maybe just select that whole face. Maybe make it 20, or if we make it 50, it'll make a circle. So if we've now created this fillet of 10 millimeters, so now let's add another fillet onto this corner here and this corner here. But this time we'll do an asymmetrical fillet. So what this means is that the fillet on one direction will be bigger than the other. So if I now set that to 20, that's fine. Okay, that's being annoying. If we do it on the bottom plane instead and go back like that, we'll do that. Click on this one line here, asymmetrical. We can make one edge of the fillet longer than the other. So you see now that fillet is like an oddish shape. And that can be used for creating more complicated shapes. So now let's add a chamfer to this box. So to make a chamfer, you go back onto fillet, downward, and click chamfer. And now this is on a chamfer which is a dimension and an angle, but I would usually select this and then go to asymmetrical, and this again allows you to do multiple directions like that. So this is now a square with some nice shapes on it, but now let's say we want to add a circle, like a ball into the thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is go into Sketch and select the plane I want to do it onto this one, then go to the circle. So now if you drag, if you look somewhere for the centre, you see this little square comes up, and if you drag down, it creates this little blue line. So if you do that again over here to this side and drag it, when you get to the centre, the second line will come up and you can draw. So let's make that 50 millimeters. Then if we go to the straight line tool and go to the top of the circle, you see a little diamond comes up, drag that down to the very bottom, That's now create like a centre of that circle. But now we want to revolve to make that like a circle, so we're going to go to the Trim Entities tool and get rid of this bit here. So now we've got a circle, we've got basically like a half circle, like a crescent, like a half circle basically. So now I'm going to go to the Features and click on Revolved Boss / Base. And then I'm going to Axis of Revolution, I'm going to select the line I want it to revolve on. And as you can see now, if I click Enter, it's created a ball on the side. And I'm going to fillet this corner. Set it back to symmetrical, 10mm. So on this face, I'm going to redraw another 50mm circle. Find the centre, drag down. I'm going to create another half circle again using the straight line tool. Trim. But this time I'm going to use a revolved cut. And the same axis. And this time we've got a hole into the... Right, fillet this line again. And we have an internal one. So that's revolving complete. And so now let's do a swept cut. This is a more complicated feature. So to do a swept cut, we're going to draw onto this face here, click sketch, and draw a line. So this is the line which you want your swept cut to follow. So let's just draw a line like this, and we'll dimension it. Let's go 25, 25. I'm going to click on this dimension line and then go to the very top. Just click on the line and make all 25mm. Then I'm going to go up to here and click this bluish shape one, not the X, because the X will delete this sketch. So now this sketch is there. I'm going to rotate to this. I'm going to rotate to this plane here. Select it, and you can see we've got the little line here. So I'm going to click sketch. I'm going to get my circle tool and draw out from there. Let's make this 25. Let's make this 10mm. So as you can see, that is on the point of there. So let's click. Now we go back to features, click swept boss / base, and we're going to select this first. So you see sketch 6 is the end, then this as the line. Go up. As you can see, it created a nice sweep. So this you could use for like a car exhaust. You could draw the exhaust and then define the shape you want it to be. So now we've done that, let's do a swept cut. So we're going to go to this circle here, and now you can see when you select this circle, it gives you the centre. So draw these lines. And then again click the blue sketch over here. Draw. This time we'll do a different shape because this could work for any shape. So let's do this one of these. Then what this would be called. And so for this you're just going to dimension, click on the outer circle, set that to 5, then click on the line. I'm also going to set that to 5, and then go up to here, and this time you'll have to click off of this sketch. So now you need to go to the swept cut up here. It automatically selects this, just remember to click the right sketch, down to here, find sketch 7, which is the sketch number of the one you want. As you can see, it's done a nice swept cut into the model. And of course we could now fillet this as well. So now I'm going to show you how to make a linear pattern So we'll select cut 5, and then we're going to click linear pattern, and then so direction 1 I'm going to set this flat plane because this is the direction I want the pattern to go in. I'm going to change the direction by clicking this button up here. Then this is the spacing. This is how far away it is and how many. So let's make it 3. Or we could set up to reference and select this plane and it will equally space them for us. Like this. So now click enter. And you see it's made a nice repeat of the pattern. So let's say that you wanted to do make a hole into this product. So we'll go sketch, draw from the centre here, then draw from the centre here as well, and we'll make this 20mm. And we'll go to features, extruded cut, and set that to 50mm. That's half of the product. Now I'm going to go to the opposite side. Select this side again. Sketch to the middle. Do this again, 20mm. Extrude that by 50. So now we could go into an assembly and make these together. So I'm going to fillet that and fillet that. Clean up the edge. But first I want to mirror this feature so it's also on this side, and so this has like a pattern going through it. But how am I going to do that? So I'm going to click on reference geometry, go down to plane, and select the edge, 50mm, and flip off that. So now that is dead center of this box. Click enter, or click tick if it doesn't. So then I'm going to find the linear pattern, and I'm going to click up here to mirror, then select the plane I want. So this is the plane I'm going to mirror on. Click enter. As you can see now, it has mirrored it. Of course, this bit, it doesn't add material, just take the material away. So now we've created this, we want to make an assembly, and we're going to make this so these are stackable, so we can stack these on top of each other. So we'll save this by clicking Control and S. When it loads, there we go. And we'll save it as I'll save it as 4 ones. So now I'm going to click Control and then N again and open an assembly. So automatically it will open to want you to add one file. So we select 111, open it, and it's in the assembly. And this is automatically fixed, so this can't move. But you could make it float by right clicking, going down to float. Then this can move. But we'll fix that back in position. Now let's insert again, and because this file is open, it automatically comes up in the open document. If you're looking for a file which has been shut, you'll need to click Browse Document, go to its location and find it. So now we've got these two, but these two aren't interacting with each other. They're just sort of floating around. So we're going to go over here and click Mate. I'm going to select this pipe and then the internal of this hole, and it will automatically set it to a concentric mate, which is for circles. So now this stacks on top of each other, but it still moves. So I'm going to set this top plane and this plane here, and now that would make it so they were touching each other, but I want to do a distance. So I'm going to set this to 5mm. What I could do is, let's say I was working out that I wanted this space to be spread over, wanted it to be 55mm of total gap, and there's going to be 5 of these. So I could type in 55/5, and it would automatically set up to the right answer, which is 11. Or I could do, if I wanted this to be 4, if I wanted to be able to put 4 of something, which I knew was 2.5mm, I could type 2.5 times 4, and it'd be 10. You can even do complicated equations. So let's say you could do 20 minus 9 in brackets. That's 20 divided. 20 minus 9 in brackets over 5. That's 0. Click enter, and it's 2.2 millimeters. So this saves you a lot of time. If you don't have to calculate it in your calculator, then type it in. Also, if you came with like a never-ending number like 6.6 recurring, it saves time. So now the point is this can still rotate freely. So I'm going to select this side here and the same side here, and you see they're now level. But I don't want it to be level. I want it to be at 45 degrees. So I'm going to go over here, type 45 degrees. But you see the problem is here is that when this was done, it's not quite right. So I'm going to work out where they are level. So they're level at 180 degrees, and then do 180 plus 45. And as you can see now, that is set at 45 degree offset to the first model. So this is simple of most of the easy features which you need to learn for drawing. But let's say now I wanted to edit this component. So what am I going to do to edit this component? I want to make a circular pattern around here. So I'm going to select the product, I'm going to right click, then click. I'm not going to actually do that. I'm going to click on the product, doing the wrong thing there. Click edit component at the top, save. We've got to save it to do that. Save it as 2222 because that's all that was a cool kid to do. Click sketch, and I'm going to draw a circle around here to this dimension. Then I'm going to draw a square. I'm going to dimension that to the centre of the circle. It should be 5. And that should be 10. What this has done is it's moved the circle, and I'm just going to quickly redimension that to 50, and now it's locked back in the right position. So now I'm going to remove all this excess lines, and then go to features, extruded cut, change direction because I know that will be in the wrong direction. Click enter. So now this has got like a gap in it, but how are we going to do a circular pattern? So I'm going to select this cut extrude down here, click down linear pattern, go to circular pattern. I'm going to select this circular line, or actually this one, which it's not going to let me do because it's being annoying. Wait a sec. Click on direction, click on that circular line. You've got to select direction, it didn't automatically do that. And normally it will be on this instant spacing, where you can change to make like 30 degrees, and let's make 10 repetitions. But this means you've got to do annoying maths. You can see that would have to be 36 degrees. If you go equal spacing over the dimension, so you could still set this to run 270, and it would automatically dimension, so it's 270 divided by 10. But normally leave that on 360, and then you can adjust just how many you want. This could be used to making like a gear or something. So click enter, and wow. So obviously this is now changing the model. But when I click return to the assembling, so it's also updated it on the second one. So that is all the basic features I'm going to go through in this video. See you in the next one.